Well, another thing that is famous in Cuba are the cocktails, for sure. For sure you try already in the hotel, I don't know, maybe. In the hotel some Cuban cocktails, but well, the two famous ones are the Cuba Libre that is from a Coke, just from a Coke and a little bit of lemon juice. And the other one is daiquiri. The daiquiri, that's the famous cocktail that, by the way, the famous American writer Ernest Miller Hemingway used to drink a lot to get inspired. By the way, during the tour, we're going to pass by Ambos Mundos Hotel. Ambos Mundos Hotel, it's well, it's a hotel. It's a hotel. But in that hotel used to live Hemingway in the 40s and 50s. Even his room, well, that room, that Hemingway used to, where Hemingway used to live at that time, it's a kind of small. It's fallen down in pieces, but still, it's a beautiful house. What happened with that house was a very rich family in Cuba in the 40s and 50s, owners of sugarcane plantation, etc. But the whole family, they left Cuba in the early 60s. They escaped from Castro, you know. And, but well, two ladies decided to stay there. At that time, young ladies. Nowadays, they're old ladies, and they don't have the money to keep the house in the proper way. That's a pity. But the government, even the local government, the mayor of the city, talked to that family more than one occasion to, to offer a nice apartment and money for the house, but they never want to have a treatment. And so they are still living there. Imagine when it's raining, look at the roof, the little holes. And I heard, I've never been inside there, are living thousands of cats inside the house, around the ladies. And you mind the smell. But this is one of the tunnels under the Alcantara River. So we're going to take that tunnel just to be on the other side of the city. By the way, it's going to be another municipality on the other side. Here is Playa. At the other side is going to be Lansky. As you know, of course, it's a hotel. The mafia, the US mafia, they decided to move to Havana in the 30s. In the 30s, maybe you heard about the dry law in America. So nothing to drink at all, no alcohol. But they were buying a lot of rum and whiskey and everything here, and they introduced in America to the border of Canada. Started black market in that way. By the way, that hotel that you can see over there is the Melia Cohiba. Melia Cohiba, also joint venture with that Spanish chain Melia Group. And Cohiba, by the way, Cohiba is also the name of the very famous Havana cigar, the most expensive one, Cohiba. For example, Cohiba Lanceros, a box, costs about $365. You have to, it's just to burn a lot of money. If you like it, of course, enjoy it. This is, here you're right, it's a market, free market. Buy some, mainly handicraft. During this city tour in Havana, I will give you some free time in another free market like this one. And well, this is, as I told you before, this is Plaza Municipality, but the neighborhood is called Vedado neighborhood. The majority of the hotels, restaurants, discos, etc. are located in this neighborhood. It's a kind of the center, the cultural center of the city. But the carnivals in Havana are going to start, next week. It's going to start the carnival in Havana, and this is the area of the carnivals. All the chariots, dancers, music, a lot of beer, and a lot of rum, of course. Well, this building that you can see here at your right is the US section in Havana. As you know, we don't have diplomatic relation, but sometimes we have to talk. For example, with the Elian case, you heard about Elian for sure, eh? Famous kid. And that we have to talk sometime. That's the reason that is the US section here in Cuba, and as well for us in New York, we have a Cuban section there in New York. And this is the place, we call it the shouting place. When we want to shout in front of the Americans, that's the place over there. To say something, you know. Well organized. With amplifiers, yeah. They have to hear us. The result is that at that time Cuba was in war with Spain for the freedom, for the independence of the island. And that ship exploded, as I told you, at the main entrance of the harbor, and was a good pretext for the Americans to intervene in the war. And after that was the U.S. occupation in Cuba. It was 1898, 1902. It was not only in Cuba, they took over also the Philippines. Equation, good. So now we're in another municipality. In this case, we call it Havana Center. Havana Center or Centro Havana. Centro Havana. You will see in front of you, later on the right, is another monument. In this case, is Antonio Maceo, another military leader during the war against Spain in the last century. And the building, the high building that you can see there is a hospital, Hermanos Amejeiras Hospital. Maybe you heard about the Cuban medicine. That's quite good. It's totally free. We have excellent doctors, a lot of hospitals. That the old section of the city of Havana was declared by the UNESCO Cultural Patrimony of the Humanity. That was in 1982. And the UNESCO is supplying money to rebuild that part of the city. And the mayor of the city is working like really. Yeah, too late. I repeat, all of those things that you can see here in the Malecon is just because the carnival normally is empty, this place. Well, here is a nice place to go at night, sit in the waterfront, nice breeze, drink some rum. For the lovers, it's a nice place. So at night is full, this Malecon here, every night. Too hot here to stay at home. You have to go out. So at the main entrance there are two fortresses. At the other side, the Morro Castle. At this side here is that one fortress, small one, but we call it La Punta. So the Morro Castle and La Punta both were built at the same time. And they used to put a chain made with iron and wood between the 2 points just to avoid the entrance of the enemy ships. Every day at 8 o'clock they used to put that chain. I'm talking about the colonial time, of course. And they used to also to close was a wall around the township of Havana, and they used to close the gate. The British occupied Havana for about 11 months. After that, the British crown or the Spanish crown, they talk about the situation because the Spanish, they love Cuba. They want to take it back Cuba. And Spain offered to the to the British crown the territories of Florida. Florida at that time they were Spanish territory. So they offered Florida and the British offered back Havana. And well, this is the tunnel, maybe at the old section. The traditional old section is just a small area there. But it's the place that we'll go later to walk. We're going to walk in that old section. So be ready for the hit.
So this is the natural harbour of Havana. Very difficult to get into with two little forts on either side. The beautiful natural harbour.
Also, at your left, at the top of the hill, you can see it's a sculpture representing Jesus Christ, the Christ of Havana. Was made with marble Carrara in 1958. Jesus Christ of Havana. Oh, well, at your right, you can see it's the three marbles.
As a result of the crisis, we don't have enough paper. We don't have enough of a lot of things, but well, in this case, paper. And magazines, newspapers, publications in general were 1993, 1994, less and less. And the publication of books was also less, of course. And that's the reason that was a kind of explosion of this kind of market with second-hand. And this area here we call Plaza de Armas, the Armas Square. Why? Because in the Spanish time, the military, the army, the Spanish army used to celebrate military practices here. And another important place in the area is that one over there. We call it El Templete. Around that tree, it's a silk cotton tree, of course, it's not the original one. But around a tree like that one took place the first mass in Havana. The first mass and the first cabildo. Cabildo means the council meeting. The first one was exactly in that place. That's why they built that lofty house. And, it's a kind of symbol. By the way, it's considered the first neoclassic style in the city, El Templete. First neoclassic style. And but it was built in 1838. And it was built in 1837. I heard also that the Dominican Republic is about the same time. Well, here in Cuba was built, 1837 was built even before October the 10th, 1868, he decided to free his slave and start the war against Spain. I mean, it was the the first. That's why it's very important for the Cuban history. Carlos Manuel de Cespedes. And by the way, we call this place Plaza de Armas, but also Plaza Carlos Manuel de Cespedes. It's surrounded by four royal palm trees that was considered the national tree. The royal palm tree. That's the name. Tropical wood. It's that the Spanish family, they decided to build around the house in wood just to avoid the noise of the horseshoes over the stones. So they have money to do that. And it's very strong wood. We use for example to build railroad. For the how can I say the stick for the railroad. And it's so heavy that wood that you put it in the water and from flow, sun.
No idea. No.
That morning, another people a house outside Havana that nowadays is the Hemingway Museum. Oh, there is it's not the terrace, but it's a place there where you can see if you want to do something. If you want to make a stop to eat something. Yeah, okay. Mojito or beer or I recommend the mojito.
That's the hotel where Hemingway stayed for.
open. But it's a contradiction now with tourists here and the church open and music, and take some time to close it. Late 18th century, the cathedral and also all the buildings around. By the way, you heard about Bacardi. Bacardi from, you know the rum, eh? Yeah. Bacardi Cola. Oh, there you go. Bacardi's, the family Bacardi's originally from Cuba, from Santiago de Cuba, the other side. So the first distillery is still there. The Matusalén rum that we have now is from that factory. And at the time of the revolution, you know, they left Cuba, of course, they lost everything, and they went to the Bahamas, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, that is still, they have the rum, the sugarcane there, and they continue with the tradition. But well, one of the Bacardi family during the colonial times was this one. Nowadays a museum. No, I was telling you that normally it's open, but well, every Sunday morning the mass is open. Sure.
This was the house of one of the Bacardi family until they fled in the revolution.
its planes, etc., were using during that war. Maybe you can see in the middle, that piece of plane there, that was a U-2. U-2, that was an American plane that was flying over Cuba during the missile crisis, taking pictures of the missiles, by the way, and was shot down by the Russians. And by the way, that's a British plane, the Sea Fury. Very old, wow. In this corner at your left is one of the famous hotels in the area from the beginning of the century. Is the Plaza Hotel at your left. And at your right is a brand new hotel, Golden Tulip Parque Central. It's another joint venture together with the Dutch. Golden Tulip Hotel, Parque Central. And well, the Parque Central is this one at your left, Central Park in Havana. It's a monument in the middle on behalf of Jose Marti, our national hero. And in front of you, they are rebuilding another old hotel, the Telegraph, or El Telegrafo. And by that hotel is the Inglaterra Hotel, another famous colonial hotel, Inglaterra. Quite busy this part of the city, as you can notice. It's a lot of all American cars in the area. Mainly, all of them are taxis, very cheap taxis, the all American cars. And another beautiful building is this one at your right, is the Great Theater of Havana, or Garcia Lorca Theater. It's a beautiful building. And one of the copies that we have, like in Washington, D.C., is the Capitol Hill. Was finished 1929. Nowadays, it's the Science Academy of Cuba, a lot of museums and offices, etc. Well, we're going to make it a stop, for a stop here if you want to, 5 minutes. Yeah? And you can see the camel. You can see the camel, the public transportation. Recovered. Hotel Saratoga was also an old hotel for the end of the last century. And here at your right is the Fraternity Park. Fraternity Park, you can see in the middle, it's another silk cotton tree, was planted in 1926 with the soil from different Latin American countries. That's why they call it Fraternity Park. Well, this street here is called Reina Street. That was a very big commercial center a long time ago. You can see the, well, dark side of the crisis. It's another camel just in front of us, full of people. This is the rush hour now, by the way. And it's open. There you left is one of the biggest commercial centers in Havana. Department store, we can say. Are you right? It's a hospital, municipality hospital. This place on your right was the first botanical garden in Havana. Nowadays belongs to the University of Havana, the biology school. And we have another botanical garden, but it's outside the city. MRT again with the tower. The tower is just a lookout. It's not nothing inside. It's a lookout at the top. And behind are the offices of Castro. The office of the government is just behind the tower. There at your left is the Communication Ministry, in front National Library, and the other building at your right is the Defense Ministry. Havana in Cuba 2 years ago, and the big mass in Havana was here in this area. So we can say that is the blah 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 place. You want to make the first stop? Okay. This building at your right is another school for university. In this case, it's philology and journalism. This place at your right is, well, sports center for the university students, and of course baseball. And at your left, a hospital. So there it is, at your left, the entrance of the University of Havana, with the alma mater in the middle, knowledge. And the big building on your right is a hotel. It's a hotel, but was the Havana Hilton in the 50s, on the Hilton chain. Not anymore, of course. Now it's Havana Libre. For example, left in that corner is a famous place in the city that we call Copelia. Copelia, famous for the ice creams. They offer about 82 different kind of flavors of ice cream. Very, very good Cuban ice creams. And it's a kind of meeting point. A lot of people there to talk, to go from here to there. I mean, sorry. And this place that you left over there is the only synagogue that we have in Cuba. There's really a lot of Jews here in the island. Another church on your left, Roman Catholic. This area here is located the place that we call Casa de la Música, or the music house. That it's a quite popular place nowadays in Havana to go at night. Cuban music, of course, to dance, to hear some nice salsa, merengue, cha-cha-cha, etc. Is it this corner left? That way. Casa de la Música. Really beautiful place where you can, well, it's just a place to, not to dance, but to see a show. There's a place to see a show, and they work every day except on Monday. You can make your reservation there in the tourist decks of the hotel, and it's a bus that picks up you at 8:30, and they take you back about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. The main entrance is at your left over there, Tropicana Show. And there's a swampy area, a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of people were dying. Well, he discovered that was just that mosquito who transmitted the yellow fever. Carlos Pinlight is his name. Was his name. This place here at your right is a laboratory for the interferon. Interferon is also microbiology.
We've been today to do a visit of.
It's very, very hot. And we're just going to eat in a local fish restaurant. And we're marinating there.
Yeah, our hotel room is down there and on the left somewhere. This stretches out to the sea. Let's walk along now. These are our hotel rooms. There's one somewhere along here a bit. So this is looking from the other side of that inlet. And there's one more inlet between us and the sea. And there's the sun fading in the distance, just in time for sunset. And we're told if we walk up here far enough, there's a fish restaurant.
A las jóvenes tener relaciones sexuales antes de casarse, o no permitían. Esto se ha ido mejorando y es menos lo que sucede, ¿no? No es precisamente algo que
She can go with me.
shop. So of course it's going to be the end, part of the end. So then straight ahead to the right, so we will find the gallery. There is what they will do, will be the cigar makers. So there the cigar rollers. There they will have the 3 leaves, they put it together, they will put it on a press for 20 minutes, they get that compound out, and they will wrap the leaf. The sort of glue used, it is a natural glue. Before it was used the flour of a bread, but nowadays it's a natural glue. Then that is, you'll see a lot of people doing the same. Then after turning to the left, you'll see a department where they will take the middle leaf out of one big leaf, the softer one and the wrapping leaf. They will remove the middle leaf and they will separate it in 2 shades. Then there will be the possibilities of having them different, say, taking into account the length, taking into account the colors. They will separate.
Dice que es la guía que tiene el bolsito por aquí. Para el cliente la exclusividad que se gusta con más tabaco más oscuro, se lo pongo a 25 al mismo color, si quiere más claro, ya llegando a la calidad de la misma. Posiblemente una forma más de no hay exclusividad más. ¿Dónde fabrican las cajas? Hay una fábrica central en todo el país que fabrica para todas las fábricas. Hablando más. Eso es lo short, ¿no?
With the alcohols, the raw rum of the sugar cane, so that macerate the fruit, and then the rum obtains that flavor, yeah, the guayabita flavor, and it's typical, and it's the only one factory in Cuba is here, so that's the one we're gonna visit now. Esta guayabita es una fruta pequeñita que se macera junto con el alcohol obtenido del azúcar de caña y se obtiene un tipo de ron con el sabor de este fruto. Es único en Cuba, esta guayabita es única en Cuba y bueno, van a probarla también. So you have the possibility to have a sample of this rum. I mean, they normally produce liquor and rum, but I guess it's, well, for the sample to be rum, only rum. I don't know if there's any liquor ready for sale, but anyway, we would ask there. Aquí van a tomar una muestra solamente del ron, aunque no sé si habrá licor. Sí, para probar sé que no hay, pero licor para la venta no sé si habrá también. Vamos a ver. Es muy breve la visita y después haríamos 25 kilómetros hasta el Valle de Viñales, donde iríamos al mirador. So then after Guayabita del Pinar, we'll go for 25 kilometers through the mountains area to the lookout, to the mirador, the lookout of the valley. We stop there, and then after we go down for lunch to the mural. Después del mirador iríamos al almuerzo en el mural. tourists. It's just a normal people to be just moving all over the city. Estos caballos con cochecitos son a beautiful hotel called the Jasmine, which is settled precisely on the valley, on the Piñales Valley. The word Piñales means grapes plantation. Because in the old time, when temperature allowed us to plant grapes, there were a lot of grapes planted here to make wines. But nowadays, we planted tobacco on the valley. The valley is for tobacco plantation nowadays. El Valle de Piñales, normalmente hoy se planta tabaco. Acuérdense que el tabaco es de una sola época, de diciembre hasta abril. So this is the Jasmine Hotel, and remember today is the Tobacco Valley. These formations are called limestone formations of Mongotes, and then this is, you'll see a lot of triangle houses, so it means tobacco plantations. So remember the plantations were just November till April. We're in the end of November, beginning of December till
cielito lindo de chocolate, me pasaría la vida, cielito lindo, bate que bate. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. La mosca chupa la miel, el bolsillo de los hombres se lo chupa la mujer. La cucaracha ya no puede caminar, porque tú me sabes dominó. Domino, domino, eres tú mi pasión desmedida. Te quiero, como a nadie jamás en la vida. Coqueta, mujer, hazme comprender.
Salad, the festival salad, the rice, those malangas, the pork, and then after that, the dessert and coffee included. Yeah? So any drink will be on your cost. Está incluido normalmente ensalada de frutas, ensalada de vegetales, arroz, las malangas parecidas a las papas, las patatas, la carne del cerdo, postre y café. Extra es la bebida. and the paint is not precisely exterior and good painting. That's why they have to retouch the painting sometimes, in a week. Esta pintura fue hecha por el famoso, por el pintor Leovigildo González.
Ay, sabroso, sabroso, ay, sabroso, sabroso, ay, sabroso, sabroso.
Yellow flower over there. Yellow flowers over there. What are irises?
So here is the square with the church, the owner house, and it's typical foundation of the old times, of colonial times.
Concrete.
Ole! Up! 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 Batei, carei! Coa! Up! Up! Up!
Entonces, ¿quién quedó por fin ahí arriba? ¿Tuviste que pagarlo o no tuviste que pagarle a...?
No.
No, mami, no me gustó eso. Me respondiste bien. No, si tú no tienes 8, dime, ¿qué 8 de qué? Estoy diciendo que... no era segunda leche. La gente piensa que la vaca, porque está parada, la leche ya sale sola. No saben que hay que alimentarla, que hay que curar los parásitos, hay que hacer otras cosas. Y a veces al final no da leche, tú pones.
No, ni carne.
Sí.
Well, it's enough. It's a little bit narrow. Yeah, if you make one in front, it'd be nice. Green fruit. So take a look it up. There is a crocodile head with the line. Follow the line. It's a crocodile head. cigar in the mouth. So if you take a look at your left, you see the skeletal face. 2 eyes, the nose, and the mouth.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. Oh. Ridiculous.
Espera, que falta esta. Dime, ¿para qué es eso? ¿Me van a mandarle comida?
this is our last day in Havana. This is Saturday, tomorrow we're leaving for Peru. So we're back in the old quarter of Havana, just on the cathedral mountain.
Just going to have a walk around some of the alleyways. Let's find somewhere to have a snack. You just did.
The dog can't stand like this for hours.
He's frightened. Oh, God, yeah, let's go for him. He was
There was plenty of people walking straight across. So we feel that there wasn't very much around here.
Oops.
Nichts, was nur funktioniert.
I wanted to be done.
Well, this does
Tenía conocimiento, usted no ha indicado que estaba sin efecto de 20.
La 3 me dejaron sin efecto.
Ahora, pero le digo que yo, la locutora, no tenía conocimiento de esta información. ¿Qué recogida sin efecto usted tiene? Otra positivo, a las 3 y 5 minutos. Otra, manténgase a la escucha cuando cada una recogida en efecto y 2
214.
214.
Señorita, aquí en cercanía de punto 15 a la barra de
Oca, copiado 214. Bien. Oca, ¿dónde efectúa? Entonces figura. Oca, copiado, que tenga usted un buen provecho.
1240.
Repita.
El 12.20 hacia la base 23.
Oca, avanza la base 23.
Positivo.
Oca, copiado 348. 19, espera en breve. El 30. 1.30 en breve. 19 indique.
19 de 2 un recorrido.
El 278 Playa del Este. Oca, véngame retornando 278 a 14. No concedo nada para indicarle que está con una mención.
03.
Oca, adelante que voy a indicar.
03.
03.
El 03 de la Habana Vieja a la Mar.
El 03. El 03 de la Habana Vieja. En breve los dos. Adelante 266. Indique 266. Vamos conmigo. Para usted nuevamente le indico buenas tardes y avance con los compañeros a la zona punto 34. Dejen su puesto la recogida, Violín. Le indica por esta frecuencia la recogida se por aquí y yo contacto con eso. Positivo, buenas tardes, maestro, y donde sea. Adelante, 228. De 3 hacia abajo. Estoy aquí en el punto 10. ¿Indica 53?
Copiado, señorita.
30. Otro móvil en el 30.
280, el próximo es 30.
280, 70, 15, 12. 70, 15, 12, 15, 17. 70, 15, 12, 15, 17. Nombre de Caridad, 280. Caridad, indica usted se me copió.
Copiado.
Oca.
29263.
¿El móvil?
29263.
El 263.
Positivo.
Adelante.
Del 34 al 34.
Repite 263.
Del punto 34 al punto 34.
Del 32 al 34.
Del 34 al 34.
Copiado.
Móvil 282.
Cuba, we're leaving at 9 to Lima. It's about a 4-hour flight. We're absolutely shattered because we had to get up at 4:30. But this is holiday. This airport has just been opened in April 98. So it's all brand new, as you can see.
Opened by Fidel Castro himself.
We are going to take the area where there is most of the factories. We are going to go through an area of Lima where most of the shanty towns to go straight to your hotel. No, I'm not selecting the way. I'm going straight ahead to the hotel, okay? When you think about Peru, perhaps you think about the country of highlands. And you will be back in your countries with the same idea. Even though Peru is a country of Amazon jungle, 62% of the Peruvian territory is occupied by Amazon jungle. In this area, they live 3% of the total Peruvian population. And there are spoken 70 different dialects. That's the Amazon jungle. No roads. Because of no roads, the Indians are dispersed all over. And we have all the stages of life, I would say, in that area. I don't agree when somebody says the jungle law, known as 2nd of May Square. On the right-hand side is Lima. Now we are going to turn left. We are going to pass by the shanty towns in our way to the hotel. We're going to go across the river also. This plaza was done in the 1900s by a very wealthy family. The father wanted all his children to live together. It was the La Ferrera family. Still are aristocrats. They don't live here anymore. Carry a lot of hats, large variety of hats. We are going to see them even worse than this, because this is part of the shanty town, but now they have made it in bricks. Most of the homes started with bamboo. People coming from the Andes and mispronounced gave the name to the city, Lima. Pentaphonic music, only 5 sounds. They still play a musical instrument that was played long before the Incas. The quena flute goes back to 10,000 years. You see, even over there, the most outstanding building is a school, the orange one. This is a flower market all around, but today it's already bought all the flowers, and most of them are gone because it's sun. The one that mispronounced gave the name to the city. You see, they come to this zoo. bien. Habrá habido el sol, ¿no?
Tendría que se faltaría, ¿no?
Cada 6 horas.
Cada 6 horas.
Tengo que llevar el coche con agua, ¿no? Pues solo puedo chutar, ¿no?
No, nada de chupar. Cómete un pedacito de pan y al mismo te la comes.
So we've just arrived at the pueblo, the village where we're staying for 2 days. And now we've got to go and find the tour guide to find out what's going on. We know it involves a few very early mornings.
One, leaving at 4 o'clock.
It's a sort of cross between a Port Merion and a Centre Park and a Butlins or something.
In Barcelona? Pueblo is from here? Yeah?
Yeah.
You went to? Thank you. Big, she's pretty much. This is the San Franciscan house.
As to situate ourselves on the time. Okay? When they conquered America, in Europe there were a lot of religious fightings. Because there were a lot of religious fightings, it appears what it was called then the Reform, right? The Reform postulated a lot of things, among them that our churches were too charged, were too decorated, were too fancy, and it dispersed us. So it was better to have churches very simple. Only I and God, and nothing that is going to It's a magnificent ceiling done in 1625 by Father Huertas, a priest. It's made out of cedar, brought from Central America. Not any single nail in between, not any other design like the vertical designs. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of the Arab influence. The Spanish had it, as the Arabs were in Spain for a long period of time. So they they brought us this kind of style, literature. You can take a picture if you want, okay? This is the library. Very important place. Very important place for the Peruvians. You know why? In the monastery libraries, it was kept the history of the conquest of Peru. They have kept, for example, a little book about the circulation of blood, 12th century. They have also the inquirers. The inquirers the Spanish did. These inquirers the Spanish did were certainly, like today, I would say, for the political inquirers, they put in the lips of the people what they wanted to hear. But eventually, these people escaped from the inquirer. And for example, there is one that says, I cannot take taxes, I am only a potato eater. No? How are you going to read that? Potato, very common food in the early Peru. Even the poorest could eat it. Your son. Renato Coelho was the painter of the kings of Spain, so that's why the book is quite important. We keep a lot of these books because no matter that there is a lot of humidity, we don't have much differences in weather in the coast. You have the figure of the building of El Carmen. You know, my name is Carmen. You remember, my name is Carmen. They were almost exhausted. I don't even remember my name. I didn't even remember mine. Yes, that's it. In the upper part is a genealogic tree of the Franciscan order. They wanted to see if the relatives that have died 300 years ago were in good shape. They found that most of them dust. That's normal. And so then the place was opened very much later, in 1963. We wanted to move my mother, my father, and my father. That's why we spent 2 Watch your step. And watch your head. Head more important. Yeah. Oh. I'm going to go out fast. I'm not having claustrophobia. I am, I have. In the church, and they paid. They contribute to the building of the church, but the remains were going to be under a chapel. Later on, they paid to be put on in the central nave. You know, they were in a ceremony down here. If you see, we are at the end of the church. Over there. That is the entrance, and there are stairways. So they have what they call all over here and in Europe the present body ceremony. So present body ceremony was done up, and then they took the coffin to be buried. No flash. Okay. No flash here. This is what the Spanish Renaissance pictures and that Paris pictures. The Baroque to them. So the pictures are not so mannerist, are not so elongated. I don't like Zurbarán too much. He was a priest. He lived in convents, in monasteries. So his pictures are monotone, are dark, are a little sober. He came with 80 pictures of the Spanish women, and he saw this and painted so well that he is also considered by a woman. A woman that is, according to certain, also 130 years. Another also says 107. Certainly, I don't care about 10 years more or less, but that at that age. But she was very. I suppose because it was an Indian, they gave them samples of all. If you go in Spain, you won't find another design than here. I have a friend who has checked it on. You can see all the designs are different. All of them. This man condemned to death was selling mosaics all the time. And you know what happens? Then he have no more. When he have no more tiles, he was going to make it himself. So we are going to see a panel there who says, a new official is working, and everybody is happy to see that he is making tiles, mosaics with the air to the all are different. Every panel is I want you to see very nice collection of paintings painted by the famous people. So the entrance on Sunday Farm. Yes. They are 16. Time they give them some more. In the center, you see a jewel, a monstrance done in silver and gold, with about 6,000 jewels, among emeralds, almost about the big pearls in the world. And the work is magnificent. The monastery is being under restoration. There is 3 soles entrance ticket, but you certainly are going to be a feature. Go only to the back, because over there is nobody. They just come in. On the left-hand side, they are open and they have restored a cell of the priest who looked to have been an artist and painted a lot of very, very naive pictures all around about hair and hair. So this is the Sala Profundis, and that's the monsters that have 6,000 jewels. 16th century. If you look on the columns, you will see also martyrs of the Franciscan order in Japan. Or silver or gold were melted down to make the litter of St. Judas of Thaddeus. So this is not Judas Iscariot, you know, the prison of Jesus Christ. This is Judas Thaddeus. It's another fellow totally different that is supposed to be independence. The Franciscans were on the side of the patriots, and they let them cook here, but not in this area. Why not? Because here was the most important room of the Franciscan order, the Sala Capitular. Here was signed the Peruvian independence. Was in this place, and also in the Dominican one, which they signed the Peruvian independence. So it's a very important room also for the history of our country. Here, no flash. Franciscan saints in the upper part. And to the right, you have a picture of the Milan School of Painting. Looks like Byzantine school. You see they are restored. These are little all around.
I'm feeling very nervous. So am I. They're all flying around. We're getting very excited.
The Archbishop Palace. In the very corner you have a balcony. It was certainly a bordel. This is the Archbishop Palace first, and next the green balcony was a bordel. To the right, they probably are waiting for an authority. They are waiting for somebody. The government palace. This is the president's home, an official building also. I'm going to stop in case you want to take a picture. Okay? I think I'm going to stop right away, because usually I prefer to do the cathedral in front of the Catholic Church, but what seems to be worse was the back part of the animal facing the main gate. So everybody going out of the service looked at. So in most of our flag, national flag, but you will notice also another flag, which is yellow. That is the Lima flag. And on the left-hand side is the Inca flag, the Cusco flag, with all the colors of the rainbow. Now there are a lot of discussions in Cusco, and they say they are going to change it. They are going to change it because that is the homosexual. Wait on the door, okay? Just leave.
¿El problema por qué?
Francisco Pizarro, who led the expedition himself. When they
north for Francisco Pizarro in Cusco, capital of the Incas Empire, and the south for Almagro. So Almagro went south to Chile, but he found no gold easy to be taken. So he came back, and the first war between the two parties started. Pizarro brothers killed all Almagro. Almagro's son came here, and in revenge murdered Francisco. To tell you the truth, I have seen many tribes of Montañez, me better. But he says his was the best. And he said,
The structure of the cathedral is actually made of bamboo, and the roof isn't even waterproof, but it never rains in Lima. It's just to keep the sun out. The whole thing is hollow and flexible because of the earthquakes.
So he was sure that all of this spoke the local language. He did the first Quechua dictionary and the first Quechua catechism for imposing the religion in Francisco Pizarro. Okay? But in 1541 also they consecrated this church to the cathedral. And in 1541 Charles V sent a sculpture to decorate the church, this one. When the Pope was coming, they restored it. They found 7 layers of different paintings. And now she's wearing the same dress. The dress she arrived here in 1541. She's carrying on the hand also a flower of gold, 24 carats. Church and certain mountains all around. It's a high relief, so the wood was rather thick to produce these sculptures in high relief. The down part is classic, the upper part is baroque. A glance of the sacre. It is for services. 10 o'clock, they close the door and it becomes a museum. So in case you want to come and pray, you have to go on the center to pray. But if you, as soon as you start visiting, it comes somebody and asks you a ticket because it becomes a museum. That was a problem of the other group because they say, no, we are going to pray. No, they say no. If you are going to pray, you go in the center. Okay, so this is the sacristy, very nice work and wood, going back to 1608, done by an artist, Juan Martínez Arona. And this is where the apostles, San Joseph and San Juan. This is a Spanish work. A picture attributed to Zurbarán over there. Los canónicos artists painted in the 17th century. According to the legend, with the scepter of God coming on in their whatever it was going to be sunk, they were going to make the capital of the Incas Empire. It was sunk in the vicinity of Cusco, so it was Don Cusco, the capital of the Incas Empire. The Incas were 14, so they put there. Okay, what's the another one from last week? The most important Inca for us is Pachacutec. Pachacutec. Okay? You will see it when you arrive to Cusco in a tower at the top.